throws it down in the open court. Spree with 10 in the first half. Time running down in the half. Jaren Jackson from way outside. Spurs up a deuce at the break. Third quarter. Off the LJ miss. Avery Johnson. Check out this bounce pass to JJ. Jaren Jackson layup. Spurs by 4. Starting to pull away. Next San Antonio possession. It is Jackson from way out. A 23-8 Spurs run. They were up 7, and Jeff Van Gundy says, "What the bleepity bleepity bleep are you doing? He was wide open." All right, Knicks respond to the bleepity bleeps. Charlie Ward with the steal. Here is Spree with authority. The free throw, cutting the deficit down to 1 for New York. 3 possessions later, it's Sprewell, who was just feeling it. Some people will always view Spree as a villain, but he had to win over some people with a gutsy effort throughout this series. Sprewell tied the game at 50, but there is Tim Duncan. Does anybody use the glass better than Tim Duncan? The shot clock, though, goes on the fritz. Malfunctioning on the Spurs end. Greg Popovich upset. We'll come back to that. Fourth quarter, Spurs up 1. It's Spree! Yes! And he was fouled on the play. He had 35 in the game. Then from the top of the key, it was 63-63, and he hit that 3. Meanwhile, where is the clock? They put a small clock down at courtside, and Avery Johnson's looking back at the other end of the court, knows, I got to get something off up to the rim here. Takes a tough shot and misses. Knicks up 75-72. Who could see that thing down there? It's Duncan to Mario Elie. The New Yorker says, "Oh, Big Apple, how do you like me now? We're not losing. We're not leaving here without our trophy." Knicks up 1. 2:30 left in regulation. Sprewell pinned by Robinson and Duncan. Under a minute to go. Spurs down 1. The little guy who supposedly couldn't shoot, Avery Johnson, wide open, 20-foot baseline jumper. Spurs up 1. Knicks call time. After the Knicks miss, the Admiral, shot clock winding down, gets glass but no rim. Shot clock keeps ticking. Avery's just got to throw it up. And the Knicks get the rebound with one last chance. Who's going to take the big shot? Patrick Ewing. Will he forever be ringless, titleless? It's going to go to Spree. His momentum carries him towards the baseline, trapped under there, trying to get it off against the towers. Air ball, good night, game over, drive home safely. The Knicks scoreless through the final 3 minutes of this game. The Spurs are your world champions, 78-77. The Spurs captured the first ever NBA title, 4 games to 1. Tim Duncan, the series MVP, he had 31 points. Spree with 35 and a losing cost 25 coming in the second half. David Robinson, who you calling soft now, huh? He had 15 points and 12 boards. Allen Houston, 16 points, but was scoreless in the fourth quarter. Hail to the champions, the San Antonio Spurs.
One big goal that I have is just achieving that goal has been met, and now I got to set new goals and new things. And if this was easy, though, you know, it really wouldn't be worth the journey, and that's what makes it so special.
It feels great. Feels great. That's all I can tell you. It feels great. It's kind of stunning. You wonder if it's really true. You wonder what you're doing here, and you just feel real grateful.
I felt really good out there today. Shot the ball really well, but you know, I would rather have 2 points and have the victory.
Hopefully, when the pain of the loss wears off, they'll look back at the last 2.5, 3 months of the season and be very, very proud of not only what they accomplished, but how they went about accomplishing it.
I can't do it justice right now because, of course, I feel great, and I know I've been playing well, and we're champions of the world. You can't ask for much more.
Should also mention seeing Jeff Van Gundy there. He said before this game, Knicks management has told him they do want him back, so expect Van Gundy back with the Knicks next year. They may not have gone full like Moses Malone's 1983 Sixers did, but the Spurs are up there among the greatest postseason records ever as they go 15-2. To put a wrap on this final series, Dan Patrick and Dr. Jack Ramsey.